Hey, good evening, everybody. Hopefully, everybody is having a great day. Um, I wanted to touch up on this subject a little bit because I haven't had a chance to talk about it. And I feel like not a lot of YouTubers are talking about this. Well, I think Three Buck Theater, which I really like their channel a lot, Max Jarbo, one of my favorites, Movie Madness and Entertainment. Max, I love your channel so much, and I need to get into your channel more when you do live. But it seems like I'm always working, or I'm watching a movie, or I'm Twitch streaming, or doing something else. But yeah, just a big shout out to Movie Madness. So the writer strike's been going on for about, I think, 3 weeks, and the last one we had was back in 2007, 2008, which lasted 100 days, and it cost $2.1 billion, which is insane. So that's just like all the movie production companies, Universal, Fox, Disney, Netflix, etc., 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 Lionsgate, that cost, took a big hit. And I believe Transformers Revenge of the Fallen came out in 2009, and I remember that they had weeks to write that script, and I felt like if we didn't have the writer's strike, I feel like Transformers Revenge of the Fallen could have been a little bit better, but you could tell it was really rushed. And Transformers Revenge of the Fallen isn't a terrible movie. It's not a great movie. It has issues, but overall, I kind of like it. It's probably, one of the better ones besides the first one in Bumblebee, and then like 3, Age of Extinction, Dark of the Moon, The Last Night. Those are like freaking garbage. But anyway, we're going to get into Transformer talk a little bit later on in a couple of weeks. But the other writer's strike they had was 1988, which lasted 153 days. And I forgot to look up how much it cost. What was the after effects of the writer's strike in 1988? But most of the movies and I think the TV shows are safe for 2024, and then which sucks which I remember the writer's strike. There was a spike in reality TV, and I hate reality TV. Well, the only ones I really kind of like is Hardcore Pawn, Storage Wars, and I do once in a while like Pawn Stars and American Pickers. But other than that, reality TV is freaking garbage. So the one thing we have to worry about is the movies that are going to be happening in 2025. I can see a lot of movies being delayed and TV shows, which sucks. I really hope that the Batman Part 2 does not get delayed because of this. And I heard multiple things about it, about the Batman 2 with the writer's strike, saying no, it won't affect it because Matt Reeves is writing the sequel. But then like other people are saying that the writer's strike is going to affect the release date. I could see that. I could see a lot of movies being pushed back months or maybe a year because of this writer's strike. And Deadpool 3 is just started to film yesterday, which this thing I have to read the post because I just read the headlines when I saw it at work. But for some reason, Ryan Reynolds can't improvise in Deadpool 3. I'm like, what? He can't just like make shit up or anything? So I'm just like, I don't understand, how does improvising deal with the writer's strike? Just because there's a writer's strike going on, he can't improvise? I'm like, okay. But anyway, so I was turning the channels and I stopped on CNN because they had one of the writers from a TV show, which I can't remember what it was, but I don't think it's anything that I saw. And you have guys like David Zaslav, the CEO, the guy in charge of like HBO and HBO Max, or 8 Max, I should say. And I thought it was awesome that he got booed when he was leading the commencement. He was one of the commencement speakers at Boston University, and the students turned their back to him, and everybody yelling out, pay your writers, and booing them. I thought it was great because a lot of these people are basically money hungry dickwads, and they need to pay the writers. At first, when I first heard about it, I was like, oh my God, it's just Hollywood asking for more money. Don't they make enough? And then when I started really looking into it, the writers basically get dicked over, because they had one writer on CNN was talking about, like, I guess they want to demolish the writer's room, where all the writers get together in a room and go over the script and stuff. Now a lot of like movie companies wants to like half-ass it, where you just stay at home, write a script and email it in, and basically they just pay you, whatever. And I'm like, okay, that's really stupid. They're the main reasons why the some of our TV shows and movies are fantastic, because of the writing, and that's one of the most important things about a TV show and movie is the writing. If you don't have a good script or a good story, your TV show, your movie is going to suck. And then it's the characters. The actors, having good actors who can bring your characters, that is from a video game or from a book, to life, and the action, the premise and everything. It's just like, getting the actors close to that video game character possible that looks like them. But story is the most important thing. For instance, Lord of the Rings, The Ring of Power, it's beautiful, but the writing is terrible. It sucks. This is just my opinion. If you like Lord of the Rings, Ring of the Power, that's that I'm happy for you. I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan, and it just did not work for me. I tapped out after episode 4 because it just had really bad writing. So, but yeah, I feel like the writers should get paid a good, fair salary so they could survive, just like some Mary and Joe who's working at Starbucks, who's working at Walmart. They want to get paid so they have enough to pay rent and pay their bills and groceries. So I feel like writers should get paid. And it's sad because one of the writers on CNN was talking about that they had on there was saying, like, it's sad because a lot of the writers had to go on assistance because they couldn't pay their mortgage, or they couldn't pay their rent, or they couldn't get groceries, and that's really sad. I just feel like writers don't get enough credit to some of the shows that are freaking awesome, like the writers for some of the shows that I love, like Cobra Kai, Stranger Things, Ozark, going way back to like the X-Files, just so on. So, I mean, I just feel like they don't get enough credit and love. It's always the actors or the directors, but, I think we should appreciate the writers a lot more, because they're the ones that just makes everything just so good. So I'm hoping it's going to end soon, because we could see a spike in older movies returning to the theater. And even though I'm not against that, because I would love to see like Raiders of the Lost Ark or Temple of Doom or Empire Strikes Back or Twister or something like that back on the big screen. I like the big blockbusters. I just like movies that just like engulf me and just takes me into that story for like 2 to 3 hours, and I'm just totally attuned to that movie. So let's just hope that this writer strike ends soon and the writers get paid and we get some great movies and stuff and everything. So anyway, have a great night, everybody.